What's up, my ninjas? Good morning. It's early on a Saturday. I'm going to a men's breakfast. It's a religious thing. You guys might want to hook up with a church, get involved in a group of good people who try to do their best to make their world a little better. And if you're part of a church that isn't into that, then you're in the wrong church. You should find a church that lets their actions do the talking. So if you're not a part of a church, get involved. If you're part of a church that isn't about getting out into the community and helping those in need, then find another church. If you're a part of a church that seems like all they want is money, donate, then I think you might be part of the wrong church. Now, churches need money, don't get me wrong. They gotta operate. But if that money's not getting used to help out those in need, then maybe it's not a good church. But anyway, that's what I'm doing this morning on this. I bundled up. It's only 60 degrees out, and I was going to hit the highway, so it gets a little chilly when you're going speed limits or higher. But one of the things I was going to show you guys is I painted parts of my bike on the left side, not the right side, just the left side. I didn't want to take all the parts off at the same time, so I didn't know how much time I had. So when I get to where I'm going, I'll show you those. I don't think you can see them down here, but I think they turned out all right. I used and I'll have video. I took video on my phone, so I'll put that into the video as well. But I used a self-etching primer. I had read that aluminum doesn't take paint very well. Metals kind of in general don't take paint very well. So I used a self-etching primer because aluminum apparently needs a self-etching primer. And so I primed everything. And then I used Rust-Oleum Metallic Pure Gold, which I'm pleased with the way it turned out because it matches pretty closely the decals that I've put on my bike. It's not a deep gold, but it's not a shiny gold. And when I compared it to the other side with the plastidip or this stuff up here, this stuff looks really green in comparison. So it is a lot brighter, but it's more on par with the decals. So it kind of brings everything together. So as you guys know, I've been driving for a rideshare program, and last night was pretty much a bust. I kind of figured it might be being, this is mostly college students that I give rides to, and being Easter weekend, I think a lot of the students went home. So it was pretty dead last night, but I did pick up a retired couple. They were here in town they actually rode the train all the way from Michigan. They left Thursday morning and they got here last night about 9:30, I think it was, 9:30. So not a quick trip, but they have time, and they say they really enjoy it because they get to you see a lot of parts of America that you don't get to see normally, and you get to actually visit with your fellow travelers. Unlike when you fly, you may or may not talk to the person next to you, and even if you do, you only get to talk to them for a couple hours tops, right? So one of the downsides to doing plastidip is that it'll eventually wear out, especially if it's on a surface that receives a lot of abrasion. Now, I did my windscreen in plastidip, and then I used spray wax on it, and that really helped. But you can see it's worn out, and especially on the passenger pegs where the feet rub against it, it's come loose. I mean, for the most part, it's held up pretty well. This scuffs up a little where the feet hit it, where it hits abrasion. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all this stuff off. I'm going to do a light sanding on these parts, and then I've got some etching primer, self-etching primer that I'm going to spray these with, and then I've got some pure gold, Rust-Oleum, I think it's metallic pure gold, and then I'm going to cap it with a clear coat. So it should be similar in color and texture as the plastidip, and the clear coat will help keep it from getting rubbed off. And here's all the plastidip that I took off. Lots of stuff there. Alright, I went ahead and put that etching primer on there. Give it a few coats. I don't know how many you're supposed to do, but let's give it a few light coats. This is all from the left side of the bike. This one hanging up over here. So let's see how this turns out. I don't know if this is going to turn out very well in the video, but I just put on the second coat of this metallic gold. Yeah, I'm not in the right direction here. Maybe I can get it. There we go. It's looking a lot like what I want it to look like. And let's see, we got over here. It turned out pretty good. I'm gonna let this dry, cure, or whatever, and then I'll add some a gloss coat on it. I should get it to shine somewhat, but I think it looks pretty good. It looks very close to the color that I have my decals on my bike, the gold decals. So I think it turned out pretty good. I think it's gonna look all right. Here's what my stickers look like, my decals. Of course, the sun is kind of so. And here's what it turned out. It's a little lighter than the stickers, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close, especially when you compare it to the old ones. The old ones, the plastidip's got a lot of green in it, and while I wish this was a little darker, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. A lot closer than I thought it would be. So I think overall it turned out pretty well. There's some things that I did that I wish I hadn't. I got some fingerprints on it. I got some smudges. And it's really because I kind of rushed everything. And I lost the ball bearing that goes in there. I don't know if I did that this time or the time before. Anyway, I think it looks pretty good overall. When you look at it overall, I think it looks pretty good. Oh shoot, matches pretty close. So all I did was I did a quick sand of it. I put some self-etching primer on it, and then I did about 3 or 4 coats of the gold, and then about 3 coats of clear coat, gloss clear coat. So yeah, I'm gonna do the other side. The other side looks like crap, but I think painting it's gonna be a lot better, and it'll last longer and everything. But anyway, we'll see how it goes once we start riding with it more often. Let me show you what I painted. Step in the flower bed. So painted this one and these and that, which I did okay. I made a mistake like I always do, and I rushed things. So it's already coming off where my foot was on, and there's a couple spots where it got nicked, and got my fingerprints on them. So I don't know. This may not last. That one will. I don't know about the one in the back, but this is definitely already getting worn out. So we'll see. We'll see.